I remember the precise instant the betrayal came to light. My suitcase still sat unopened, airport dust clinging to my shoes. My father leaned against the kitchen counter with his arms crossed, wearing the smugness of someone who believed he had won. His grin cut deeper than any blade. "Your house," he said casually, as if it were just another object they had the right to trade. I didn't answer immediately. My mother avoided my gaze, while my brother smiled with the arrogance of someone convinced the world bent in his favor. My father wanted to see me break, to provoke a reaction. Instead, I smiled. His expression faltered. Irritation flickered. "What's so amusing?" he snapped. I leaned forward, deliberate, unhurried. "The house," I said, pausing as his eyes narrowed, "was never yours to sell. That place wasn't just a building. It was the only thing I built with my own hands. Years of overtime, quiet sacrifices, vacations I never took. It was proof I wasn't just your child. It was proof I was my own person." Growing up, my brother had been the golden one. He broke things and they laughed. He failed and they rescued him. I learned early that silence was safer than asking for fairness. When I bought that house, my father dismissed it as a waste of money. My mother asked why I didn't wait until my brother settled down. He'd need something too. To them, it was never mine. It was simply available. And yet, I excused them. I told myself love could blunt favoritism. But favoritism doesn't fade. It rots, it poisons, it grows stronger. I was in Tokyo when the truth arrived. Months of work had led to one delicate business deal. Then at midnight my phone buzzed. An automated bank notification. A large withdrawal. Not mine. My chest tightened. I called home. No answer. Checked again. My property, listed, sold, gone. I thought my house was safe under my name. But years earlier, when the mortgage was finalized, my father had insisted on handling the paperwork. He'd added himself as cosigner, silent and strategic. At the time, I thought it was to secure better rates. In reality, he had built himself a doorway into my life, ready to step through whenever it suited him. I didn't scream. I didn't rage. Anger makes you reckless. Instead, I sat in my hotel room, neon Tokyo glowing outside the window, and replayed every conversation, every careless remark. Slowly the picture sharpened. This wasn't an accident. They had planned it. My absence made it easy. That night, I swore I would not remain their victim. The first step, silence. When I returned, I hugged them, feigned exhaustion, pretended to accept what they had done. My father boasted about how quickly he had flipped the property. My brother showed me pictures from the Maldives, private villa, champagne breakfasts, jet skis skimming turquoise water. All paid for with the bones of my dream. I smiled, I nodded, and I planned. I traced the sale. Paper trails never lie. The buyer was a shell company, rushed through by a lawyer, who owed me a favor. That gave me an opening. Next, I quietly tipped off the tax authorities. The sudden influx of money, undeclared, traced neatly back to my father's account. The letters arrived first, red seals warning of audits. My father dismissed them. Then came the calls, the frozen accounts, the investigations. Meanwhile, I had been working with a real estate contact. The sale of my house was fraudulent. My cosigner status gave me leverage. I filed the challenge, airtight, patient. The court ruled in my favor. The sale was reversed. My house was mine again. By the time my father realized, it was too late. He had spent money he didn't have, dug himself into debts he couldn't escape. My brother's vacation glow dimmed when creditors came knocking. Which brings me back to that kitchen. My father's smirk had vanished, replaced by bewilderment. My mother finally looked at me, her eyes filled with a mix of shame and fear. My brother laughed, still convinced it was just another family quarrel that would pass. He didn't yet understand the weight of what I had done. "The house you sold," I said evenly, "is already back in my name. The court called it fraud. Your accounts are frozen. The money is gone." The silence that followed was heavy, crushing. My father's face drained of color. My brother stammered, asking how I could betray family. "Family," I echoed softly. "You taught me what that word means. And I learned." I leaned back calm. "Family means sacrifice. So I sacrificed you." They thought they had taken away my dream. Instead, I stripped them of their illusion of control. My house stands stronger now, not because of the bricks, but because of the fire it endured. And no, I don't regret it. Betrayal always demands an answer.